listening to the unscripted, unfiltered, 100% authentic podcast, the Air Raid Talk podcast. It's yours truly, coming at you live all the way from Oklahoma City. And this show is brought to you by Storm Check. Of course, if you're in the Oklahoma City metro area, definitely give Storm Check a follow on all major podcast platforms. But nonetheless, give them a call. Make sure that your storm shelter is ready to go for the spring. And who knows what Mother Nature may throw us this fall. We may see a tornado or two during the fall, so you never know. For the past and current military people, use the code AirRaid4, the number 4, military, for free service courtesy of the podcast. And then, of course, for all OKC residents, use Air Raid number 4 and undefeated for 25% off of your service. And last but not least, Law Train Watchers save 10% on all orders using the code Air Raid. And with that being said, many of you may actually follow the show on Twitter, and you may not. I really don't know. But nonetheless, so I tweeted out a thing last night, and I'm actually was gonna tweet it out, but I'm like, what the heck? We'll make it announced today. So I am actually going to have a meeting with Fubo TV Sportsbook this week in potential partnership with a podcast. Nothing's guaranteed. It's all just, fun and games until somebody gets hurt and cries and gets made fun of. So, Clyde, I know.
We don't want to do that.
Well, no, I don't want to cry, but I mean, you never know what they may say. They may ask me harsh questions and I can't answer them correctly. Joining us all the way from the wonderful state of Nebraska. She's a little bit of a better mood this week because they beat North Dakota. Co-host Miss Jamie. Jamie, how are you feeling about that wonderful win against North Dakota?
Well,
she's speechless, guys.
I feel better. The first half was not very good, and it was not very encouraging. But the second half, I did like a lot of what I saw. So I do have some positivity going into this week. With that being said, Georgia Southern is they're actually a good team. And we can't be messing around at all, even though they're supposedly an inferior opponent. I don't believe in that anymore. I don't care if you're FCS, Group of 5, D1. I think that the thing that makes college football so great, in my opinion, is that anybody can be beat if you have a bad day. If you don't play up to your level and your expectations, and sometimes even if you do. So I feel better. The LSU loss was tough though. That was brutal, man. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to go into a hole and cry.
That is what we're going to talk first. All the way back from the great state of Colorado, Mr. Clyde, the Glide Drexler.
Yeah, buddy.
I haven't said that in quite a while. How are you feeling knowing that we are finally in game week mode, Clyde?
Yeah, finally.
Monday Night Football, by the way.
How am I feeling?
How are you feeling?
Monday night?
Yes, ma'am. Monday Night Football.
Are you ready for some football?
Dude, I'm beyond ready. Geno Smith and Russell Wilson highlights Monday Night Football.
Ah, man, it doesn't have the same ring as Drew Lock. Dude, how great was that?
Well,
how great would Drew Lock versus Russell Wilson on Monday Night Football?
Monday night in Seattle, and poor all those 12th man of Seattle, poor little bastards. They all have to watch the quarterback get suffered while their former quarterback that they claim they wanted out so much gets to torch them. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Clyde. Remember that Monday? What was it? Thursday night game, Monday night game. I think it was a Thursday night game. Peyton Manning's first game as a Bronco, he torched Baltimore.
No, it wasn't his first game.
It was not his first game. I thought it was the first game. Second year then?
No, that was 2013. That was
When was
the
he? 2012.
No, that was 2013.
Regardless, that's what's going to happen on Monday.
2012.
Are you sure it wasn't
They
2012?
lost. They lost the first game. Yeah, they started out slow in 2012, like 2-3.
Damn.
They were about to be 2-4 on Monday night against the Chargers. They were down 24-0 at half.
That's
Remember?
Right. Yeah. We scored. Was it 35, 38 straight points?
Yeah, and then the beatdown, and then they didn't lose again
For a while.
until the end. Until they lost to the Ravens in a game I was in Honduras and almost got murdered because I was screaming.
True story, guys.
And the Ravens came into Denver and put a whoop on. Well, it was like a double overtime, but they should have won that game. But
Thanks to
you know how it goes. The Hail Mary.
Yeah, because you know who didn't cover him?
Raheem
Moore. Yep.
Yeah, I was screaming Raheem Moore's name in Honduras, and the neighbors came over with a shovel and AK-47 and was like, "Is the giant gringo over here killing people? Because we'll put him in the dirt."
I'm hoping. Never mind.
And so the following year, week 1, that was a Thursday night opener. And that was the revenge game. That was the revenge.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So
2013 opener then. I'll go that way. What's going to happen is what's going to happen from 2013.
Tonight or Monday night?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's going
Russ
to be
is a heyday.
I think Russ is going to put it on him this week.
No lube intended. And then all the way from the great state of Arkansas, I know she's a happy-go-lucky Hogs fan because, of course, they got a huge win against my boy D'Artagnan Tinsley and his Cincinnati Bearcats. D'Artagnan, don't worry, I know you're listening. I'll see you in Tulsa here in a few weeks. Your thoughts on the Razorbacks? In my opinion, it was a good win for the Razorbacks to start off the 22 campaign.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's always exciting. I think we have some work to do, but I was happy with it. I won't lie. Good start.
I like it. So, Clyde.
I actually tweeted out that KJ Jefferson might be a dark horse in the Heisman this year, depending on how Arkansas' season goes. I know it's a tough season, but if he stays healthy, he's definitely got the ability to be at that level.
Oh, absolutely. I like Arkansas still to upset some people, even though,
they don't have a defense.
I think so.
I wish.
Let it slide.
Hey, they don't. Their offense is fun to watch, but man, their defense is sketch.
We have some work to do for sure.
Yeah, a little bit, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun season for sure.
I believe so. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of basketball scores, I think.
You know who looked good defensive wise this week? I thought OU looked really good defensively. They were quick to scoring the ball. We didn't struggle. We looked good. The only thing that does concern me when we do play better quality opponents, no disrespect to UTEP, but is when we play the Texas, the Baylors, maybe Nebraska, maybe we might catch them on a good day. I don't know. But when we really actually do play legit competition down the road, if there is any this year, is they're quick. I don't know if anybody's watched the game. If not, it's no big deal. They are absolutely quick to snap that freaking ball. What concerns me is they're so quick, and I'm hoping Coach Levy can figure that out. They are so quick that if they happen to go do a 3-and-out constantly, or they do a quick drive, score drive for a touchdown, field goal, doesn't matter. And I think they're going to wear out their defense before even the fourth quarter comes around. They're so quick. I get why they got to try to set the tempo and all this. I'm like, you guys need to slow this ball down just a little bit because I think there was a few drives, first two, quick to score on. The defense kind of struggled here and there. I'm thinking we haven't made it halfway through this first quarter, and this defense, I'm like, whatever. I thought OU overall looked good. Not going to say they're going to win the Big 12 title. It's way too early, but at least the defense was presentable. I mean, they should handle business again this week before they go to Lincoln next week. So it's another punching bag game for this week. So they should get quite a bit of people to play some snaps this week.
Nice.
Speaking of that, so Clyde, I like your.
I think you're right to be concerned about.
I think. See, I feel more confident now for OU headed into Lincoln next week.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Right.
We haven't looked great, so I can't. Our defense has looked nothing like I expected it to. I know we're young. We're definitely young on defense. Just like I said, the second half looked better, but you know what's funny is I still have concerns about our offensive line, don't get me wrong, but I'm not as concerned with the offense. I actually think the offense is looking balanced, and they actually look pretty good. More so than I expected them to. Defensively, though, we're just young, and you've seen a lot of really young mistakes. So hopefully this week, and then they can get a little bit more ironed out going into OU. I'm not super confident about the OU game. I'm not really super confident about any game, to be frank with you. Until they show me a little bit more.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. I like this week, of course. We'll talk. I know Arkansas has a big one against South Carolina and Spencer Rattler, who I thought looked horrendous again. But that was pitiful. But Clyde, I like your little storytelling last or whenever day it was. So your thoughts on LSU's missed point after touchdown, PAT? Did anybody see the press conference or the following day thing with Brian Kelly?
Yeah, you tweeted it out.
People are making such a big deal about this, y'all. All he said was, hey, show up on time to a press conference. Like, it's not that hard. It's a respect thing. I get it. I'm that person too. Like, if you're late to my meetings, I am not okay with that, and I think it's disrespectful. So I can't. And then she just had to come back with a quib comment about, well, if you would win, I'd be on time. That's just asinine, and it's unprofessional, frankly.
Agreed.
In my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, I think it was polite of Coach Kelly to kind of include her, like make the press feel like part of the team. If you're on the team, you better be on time.
I really was hoping that he would have made her run gassers. No, here's the deal. I thought it was a horrendous hire to begin with. I don't know if he's gonna make it because I get why he left. It's a bigger, better conference in the SEC. I get why, because obviously he's getting a whole lot more money than he would have at Notre Dame. I get that. His fake little Southern accent really was stupid. That really didn't sit well. His whatever dance thing he was in a recruiting video, whatever that was, really, I still think why they lost that recruit, but you never know.
Did he go to Alabama? He went to Bama, didn't he?
Who's that? Yeah, that recruit.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Coach Saban needs to send him a thank you note.
Thank you, Carl.
For that stupid dance. Thanks for that stupid dance, Coach Kelly.
I like Kelly. I don't know if this is going to work. I get it's one game. Don't get me wrong. But LSU's got so much expectations, and I'm not really obviously putting all this on Jamie. I mean, it's the whole fan base. I'm not obviously just one person. I get that. They got so expectations. They need to kind of jump back down to reality. Be like, this team's not going to. Oh, well, not now. They're definitely not going to win a national championship. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe he can. Brian Kelly needs to cool off. Whether that he, granted, I should have. The woman obviously shouldn't have said what she said, but.
Yeah,
I love it.
LSU
I
is
enjoy
a very.
it. Yeah, I'm with
It's much like our fan bases. To be frank, the SEC is just ruthless. OU, Nebraska, also ruthless fan bases. There is a certain level of expectation, and when you fail to meet those expectations, that's what you have to recognize, and that's what you're gonna get. But yeah, it's one game, and honestly, the kicker is not a good kicker. I heard multiple people say pregame he was kicking them low, and they knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I could have told you what was going to happen. I had that sick feeling in my stomach, like he's gonna drive us down the field. They're gonna score a touchdown, and then the kicker's gonna miss it. I just knew that was gonna happen. Because it was trending that way.
Totally,
it was trending that way. So was I shocked and disappointed and sad? Yes. Did I see it coming? Yeah, I did actually.
Yep, 100 miles away.
But it is one game. It is one game. They did get a lot of stuff figured out, both offensively and defensively. It sucks we lost Mason Smith. That's a huge loss, and it hurts my heart. I'm glad Ojolari's okay though, because that is also a big deal. I think LSU will be okay. I never expected this team to be great. I mean, I expected kind of a 7-5.
Well, no, I'm
type
with
of
you on
season.
that. Absolutely.
I never thought that we would come out of the gate and just be, yeah, let's go win a national championship. No, it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. So
not this year.
I think fans are being unrealistic. And honestly, I'd expect nothing less from the media, to be frank.
I don't expect much from the media, period.
Yeah, in any aspect.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
it's all a joke anymore. It's all clickbait.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
So, Clyde, I
agree.
like your storytelling. Let me go back here. So you kind of pretty much summed it all up. So, how did it feel knowing that you pretty much saw the future, that LSU scored the touchdown, time expires, of course they mixed the extra point. How does that make you feel to know that you saw the future for the LSU Tigers?
I mean, I think, like Jamie said, I think everybody that was watching that game felt that was coming. I think everybody knew he was going to drive him down the field and score. And then when they had that last 1 second remaining, everybody knew they were going to score a touchdown there. Everybody knew. And everybody knew the only fitting end of that game was a blocked extra point. and then it happened, and it was just like, of course it did. Of course it did. Jamie, was that what you said? Of course.
I'm starting to be offended. I'm offended now by special teams. All of my teams have had atrocious special teams.
Hey,
I think Kansas City's the one that's had the least problems, but Jesus.
Yeah, special teams are really, really important, as you can tell. They're 1/3 of the game, in my opinion. But they're so underrated and overlooked. Those hidden yards are so critical, man. Gee whiz, just fielding a punt. The difference between catching a punt and muffing it is night and day. So, I mean, they should have got blown out. LSU should have lost that game by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, at least. Oh, for sure. At least. Completely agree. The fact that we didn't should really show the kids kept playing and they kept their head in the game and they kept fighting the whole time. And that, that speaks a lot to a football team. And they're kind of a young football team too. So
very young.
It'll get better. It's going to get better. It's going to have growing pains, but it'll get better.
Well, at least it's not Colorado University.
Ain't that the truth?
Dude, CU might not win one game this year.
Oh,
I got it. Let me see here.
They're over under. Their over under at the beginning of this season was 1.5 wins, and I would have taken the under on that.
I'm going to check the schedule, see who they even play. I don't
think they play Air Force. Air Force next week?
I don't know. Air Force can run that ball, dude.
Air Force is going to kick their ass. It's not even going to be close. It's going to be a drubbing.
Well, I'm currently looking at the schedule. I don't see a win in sight. Maybe UCLA, and there are 5 people that actually watched UCLA game against Bowling Green. The 5 people may actually come to Boulder for that. But good job, Big Ten. You grabbed the doozy.
That game was ugly.
Yeah, that fan base.
I didn't watch
That
it.
UCLA game was ugly.
That was.
I just saw a
It was
screenshot of the
terrible
crowd, and it was
football
like,
all around.
ooh.
Yeah, that crowd fan base, dude. That's the best fan base in the country.
Yeah, they need that
boy.
LA market.
Yeah. I don't see them. I don't see them going to Colorado Springs and beating Air Force. I don't see them beating Minnesota.
No.
UCLA and their 5 people, maybe. I don't know. I don't see it though personally.
Maybe,
Arizona.
Maybe they beat Arizona.
I'll give you that one.
Maybe.
Cal,
I mean, when your guard has a blocked punt on your own punter in the end zone,
in the butt, dude. Did you see it?
was it in the butt?
It was in the butt.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I don't watch those videos. But
Oh my god.
I did see that clip. Wow, that's bad. That's special teams, man.
Yeah, that's special teams. But no, jokes aside, I don't see them beating Utah, even though Utah had a rough one against Florida. I don't see them beating USC, even though I'm not sold on Lincoln Riley. I don't see Oregon or Washington being a W. I mean, theoretically, this team could go winless. I unless the 5 people from UCLA make so much noise that they may upset or something. But
damn, I was in Salt Lake this weekend. I've never seen so many drunk Mormons in my life.
I don't know what's more funny.
No, that's facts, though. You're not wrong. That's facts.
I saw a Mormon beat her husband.
You saw what?
Yeah, it happened in
What'd
the street in Salt Lake. Just beat her husband up for mouthing off. He did the gator chomp, and she stomped him. Right in front of Temple Square, dude.
I don't think you can make that up. That's great.
Where was this at? The airport?
I made it up. That's not real.
Where was this at? The airport?
All right.
It was in Salt Lake, though. And they were upset about it.
Lied. That's hilarious.
Solid.
It was in Salt Lake, and it was ugly. Those poor fans. That was a heartbreaker, right?
Yeah. I don't think they saw any of that coming. Nobody knew what Florida would be, though, to be fair, with a new coach, new everything, essentially. But here's the thing. I think people did undervalue the level of talent that Florida has on their roster. And
they got a bunch of speed
that Florida has.
Yeah, they got speed.
Yeah, and Utah is not I don't want to offend any Utah people because I actually really enjoy watching Utah. I really like Cam Rising. I like how you guys play football at Utah. It just Florida had an advantage on the speed side, and that's why they won the game. You know, 100%. It took Nebraska a lot of years to be able to play in the swamp and to be conditioned to get the speed and to play in the swamp. It's a learning experience. I still think Utah wins the Pac-12 and at least gets a New Year's Six bowl. They could, you never know with the season. They could sneak in still. You don't know what's going to happen. But I still like Utah. I just think they underestimate things.
Florida could end up being a top 10 team, and then that loss on paper doesn't look as bad. And then they get, who knows? These first week games are so tough. First and second week games are so tough to predict because they're young, like you said. They're all really young kids, and for these kids to come out and be, ready for 95,000 fans at the Swamp and that speed and that environment, it's tough for anybody.
Of course, a tough one coming up, and I want to get everybody's insight because, well, first off. Did anybody hear about Texas's quarterback Quinn Ewers, his car being towed during the game?
Yeah, he tweeted about it.
His car actually got towed. The starting quarterback of Texas got towed. His car got towed.
Well, hey man, stop parking in handicap spots. There's places for your car. Show up early, bro. You're the quarterback.
I don't know where he was at, nor do I care. But I thought that was hilarious. But
He
Texas,
was parked in
Alabama.
no, I heard about this. You know where he was parked?
Oh god.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh god.
I don't know. How offensive is this going to be?
No, it was no. Never
Clyde's
mind.
been banned off of Twitter. Shut this.
I know,
Anything
I've been banned. I've been banned twice.
goes. Anything goes at this point.
I better shut. No.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get canceled. Who's going to cancel me? I drive a truck for a living. I'm like, okay. Can't cancel me.
That's a valid
It's
career. Jeez, you know.
uncancelable.
I'll just come find you again. I'll be here
We've
again.
seen this.
Well, that's what it was because I literally thought like Clyde, that mofo really deleted me off of Twitter.
I would never.
And I text him. I said, I don't know why I never thought that anyway. And I'm thinking, I said, dude, are you okay? He's like, yeah. Long story. But I'm back on Twitter. Let's do a pod tonight. I'm like, okay, cool.
The funniest thing is that this liberal guy told me, "Good luck with your gender reassignment surgery."
Wait,
That was
what?
a good. Yeah, it was a pretty good.
I don't
diss.
think you
It was
said
a
the story
really,
the
really
last time,
good
dude.
diss for a liberal. So I was like really mad about it. He got me. It hurt my feelings.
Dude.
Good one. Yeah,
Dude,
sick.
Tell them a story.
I have no words. I'm actually,
Tell
for
them-
one, speechless. I don't have anything to say.
Tell them the story about the Uber.
Clyde does.
The Uber.
Uber.
Okay. So the two fellers in the Uber.
Yes.
Oh God. So
Are we sure this is an appropriate story?
it's
Oh,
very
it's
inappropriate.
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get kicked either.
These are the kind
I
of
don't
things that gets me
I
like
don't
in
want my
trouble.
Twitter canceled. I like
So-
my Twitter.
On occasion, I will drive for Lyft. I'll do like, lifting and picking people up and taking them to where they want to go, and I get them there safely. And I have conversations with them. Well, these two gentlemen get into my rig, and they have their masks on, and they look fairly similar. So I was like, "Oh, are you two twins?" And they were like, "Ha, we're partners." I'm like, okay, to each their own. Fair enough. Talk about being okay, cool. And then it just got into the pronouns conversation, and they were the they them guys, and I didn't understand the they them, so I asked them to explain it to me. And okay, Jamie, Teshia, as women, is it infuriating at all?
No,
for a
this is your
man-
story. Hold on. This is
No.
this isn't a Q&A. This is your
No,
story.
I
Tell your
have to
story.
I have to
We're
ask.
doing
So,
Q&A.
this guy tells me one of the he's they them, right? That's his pronoun or
Okay.
their pronouns. And I said, okay, explain that to me. Well, sometimes I feel like masculine and sometimes I feel feminine. And I said, join the club, dude. You're not, everybody feels that. I feel that. Like, that doesn't make me special, like that doesn't make me want to change my pronoun. So explain to me what you mean by feminine. And he tells me dainty and soft and feminine and makeup. That's how he explains it to me. And I was like, okay, explain to me masculine then. He's like, football and ribs. I'm just like, oh my God, this guy.
Football and ribs.
Yeah. But he tells me feminine is dainty and soft. And I'm like, oh my God. Have you never seen a baby come out of a vagina? Because there's nothing dainty and there's nothing soft about it, okay? There's nothing about that that's soft, okay? Nothing. So you can't hijack the nice parts of femininity and call yourself a woman. It just isn't fair until you've gone through those things. And I told him, like, listen, essentially what you're doing is drag. You're just a man in drag, ultimately. So I got, a few
Guessing
stars.
you didn't get a very big
removed.
tip.
I think I think they were gonna double team me and give me 2 tips.
Oh
But
no! Oh no! Oh no!
that would have been awful. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how terrible?
No. I don't want to imagine.
All right,
anything-
let's
any of this.
Hold on.
Any
on.
part of
My question, Jamie, though,
I want
honestly,
no part of any of this.
Jamie,
No, this is not a Q&A.
does it make
No.
you mad if a guy calls himself a woman just because he identifies as one?
Oh,
Who
this
am I
is
to
such
care?
a can of worms. Okay, this is all I'm gonna say about this. I
It's a huge can.
believe that you should be whatever, whomever you want to be. But with that being said, I am a woman, and there are a lot of things that make me a woman and things that I have had to endure and go through. And I'm very proud to be a woman. And what I don't like is someone making me feel like I have to somehow adapt to include them in my womanhood, for lack of a better term. If that makes any sense.
Totally.
That's
That's exactly what I was saying.
Somebody to say, like, there was this whole like thing with breastfeeding that really bothered me because they were going to call it chest feeding. And I'm like, okay, the last I checked, like, a man cannot breastfeed a child. And in order to be able to breastfeed a child, you have had to have a child and have breasts. So I'm not really sure why we can't call it breastfeeding. That really bothered me. But again, you know, to each their own. The they them thing is a little confusing to me. Whatever, it is what it is. But don't make me feel like I have to be less of a woman to make you feel included. That's all I have to say about it.
Do you feel like it's misogynistic for a man to say that he's a woman just because sometimes he feels soft and dainty?
I think
Football and ribs.
And man is ribs and
okay, so would you be offended? Okay, so would you be offended if I said
I'm not diving in on it. I'm here for moral support.
Here's the difference. A man, we don't have to give birth. We don't go through, like, to be a guy.
That's true.
We get all the good parts of being a person. Like, women kind of get the short end of the stick when it comes to personhood. You know, the periods
Oh my God.
and the baby stuff.
This is going
No,
so
honestly,
fast.
God bless you for going through that stuff for us, because
hey, we
get to
appreciate
stand
that.
to pee. We get to pee outside. You know what I mean? What's the worst
Hold on,
part
I
about
respect
being a man?
something really quick.
I respect the
Can
fact that you appreciate like what we deal with as women. So thank
Totally.
you.
Of
Appreciate
course.
that. I appreciate you standing up for us.
Well, I love my mom. I love my wife. I love the women in my life. You know, and it kind of feels disrespectful to me.
Hey, Clyde, I got a question for you. I've been asked by a fan
Oh,
to ask
boy.
you this.
I will answer it.
God.
This person is wanting to know. Hold on, we've been texting. Okay. This person wants to know, did you get a short stick?
Yeah. Well, I had this stick. Yeah. That's so funny. It's funny that you say that. Not only that, I had it shortened. That was part of the reason why the guy called me, good luck with your gender transition. So yeah, I had a shortening on top of it.
What is
so,
he talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What is it? Is
Moving
that a
on.
real question? Yeah, let's move on because I don't think that's appropriate. That's not an appropriate question.
Herb, I hope you got your answer, buddy.
None
Okay,
of it
the
was.
answer is yes, Herb.
Oh, it
Sorry.
was Herb? Oh, of course it was Herb.
Mr. Herb, I hope you got your answer.
He did. I didn't beat around the
Of
bush.
course it was.
Thanks for asking, Herb. Herb's a black guy. Anyway.
Wow.
I don't even have to ask. I don't even have to
Okay,
ask
let's
him.
talk about
Sports
Teshia.
or not?
Hey, how about
I think I have something else
How
to
about we
do.
talk about the Chiefs? Give me your thoughts about the Chiefs opening game.
I don't know. Who do they play? The Raiders? Chargers?
Oh, speaking of Chiefs, hey, Clyde, I have a bone to pick with you here real quick.
Oh, cool. Let's
So
do it.
Kansas City actually said Clyde, and this is truth facts. Look him up, Cheese, whatever the Twitter is. Clyde thinks that Team Juju already wins the messiest locker on the team.
I
So
think that.
that's what it say. Clyde thinks at Team Juju already wins for messiest locker room on the team. Laughing emoji.
I don't know. I haven't seen his locker.
Well, apparently Kansas City. See, that's fake news.
Yeah, fake news. I'm going to go with probably, though. He looks like a guy who's a mess.
Yeah, there it is. Clyde thinks Team Juju already wins. There you go, Clyde. Clyde thinks Team
right on.
Juju
Even
already.
Juju crap, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kansas City plays Arizona. I give Arizona the
Arizona.
upset. I think Kyler goes off this week.
Without
I'm gonna cash in
D-Hop?
that receipt.
What'd you say?
Without D-Hop though?
Oh,
Really?
cash in the receipt.
So you got to remember, Cliff Kingsbury is a first half coach. So this is the first half of the season. Had it be in the second half, oh, absolutely, Kansas City.
Hollywood Brown. Pick Hollywood
ESPN,
Brown in your daily fantasies.
I don't know. Everybody's questionable. They've got a lot of players. Like, I don't know.
Teshia, what's your thoughts on this week's game?
To be honest with you, I wasn't listening. What are we talking about?
Oh, you quit listening? Was it because
Kansas City?
No, are we talking about the Cardinals game?
Yeah.
I can't
I'm not worried about it at all.
She quit listening like 5 minutes ago.
She quit listening 37 minutes
It's
ago.
longer than that, Clyde.
I don't blame her. I had
Sorry.
not at all.
Hey, you guys get me started. You guys egg me on.
I did no such thing.
That's true.
No.
That's true. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah.
Sorry I went there.
It was Michael.
You're not,
the one
though.
that was
Do not lie.
egging you on.
What's up?
I said you're
I
not
quit
sorry.
listening.
Do not lie.
Okay, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I know what a woman is.
I was going to sing, and then I remembered I can't sing, so I'm not going to do that.
Thanks, Jane.
Nobody wants that.
Hey, I have on my way back from Utah this weekend.
Oh God.
You know what I listened to? And pretty much sang everything all the way home. That's right.
Please
the
don't
Hamilton soundtrack.
Oh.
The Hamilton. Oh my God, the Hamilton soundtrack is so good, though, y'all.
I'm
For real.
such a fan.
It's so good. It's just got a good beat, and the singer's really good. And it's good to just put on and listen to. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Thank you,
100%.
Jamie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love
I'm
the
very
Hamilton
cultured.
soundtrack. Yeah, thanks. Exactly.
I'm very cultured. Yep.
Sometimes I'll use Hamilton references and nobody gets it.
I love that. A really good friend of mine, Micah, is obsessed with Hamilton, and he's always sending me like little blurbs, and I just laugh. I honestly think I think that Lin-Manuel Miranda is a genius, to be honest with you. Like musical, lyrical genius. Just so talented, uber talented.
I'm glad we're on the same page now. We're back.
Enough with the show tunes. So back to sports.
So speaking of fantasy football, what's everybody's thoughts on Patrick Mahomes' threat to all you people out there that's watching fantasy football or do it this year? He did pretty much just say you can't get mad at his receivers this year because it's going to be different throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So draft accordingly tonight, Clyde.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Herb, while you're watching too, 'cause I know you're doing a draft too. So Clyde, draft accordingly.
Okay.
I've already had my drafts, and I honestly forgot about one of them. So that was awesome. And the other one I didn't forget about, but I'm not super thrilled with my team. So I don't know. I didn't want to be in a fantasy league this year to begin with, and I got pulled into 2 of them, but somehow. But yeah, I like one fantasy team better than the other. I did draft Patrick Mahomes in both of them, actually.
No.
So wish me luck. I know, wish me
Don't
luck.
say.
Yeah,
Well, good luck.
I know.
I hope Patrick Mahomes throws for
Everybody's shocked.
5,000
Everybody's
yards
shocked.
and 40 touchdowns this year. Just for you,
I
Jamie.
hope so. I just like to beat the boys, to be honest with you. That nothing makes me happier in life.
Yeah, you would have loved the Mormon beatdown I watched.
So everybody's speaking of women and Texas and Texas's end zone. If you actually look at it, Clyde, never mind. I'll just text you later.
What happened?
Have you seen the Texas? So Texas, the long.
You've never seen that?
No, what
I
is
know
it?
what he's talking about. I've
North
seen
or
it
south end
multiple
zone?
times.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
what end
do
zone.
they woo get beads?
No.
Their end zone
Oh.
shaped
No.
like a uterus.
What?
Their end zone is shaped
You
like a
heard him.
uterus.
Their end zone is shaped like a uterus.
Look it up.
The like
Okay.
the
Sounds like
Texas.
something you should look up on your own later. On
Yeah,
your own
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
Does it look like this?
No, moving on. Jeez. This
Alabama,
Y'all are
Texas.
trolling tonight, and I'm not having it. I'm about to pull a Clyde and just do a mic drop. Be like, boom.
Are you serious?
is peace out. Let's
I'm on your side here, Teshia. We're on the same side. I'm a feminist. Kind of. Not really. Just kidding.
I don't think that that's what it means to be a feminist.
No comment.
Speaking of feminists,
What do you mean?
oh god.
I'm on your side.
Nope. Thank you.
Go baby makers.
What's that have to do with anything?
Go Chiefs. Like, geez, come on.
Speaking
Chiefs make babies.
of,
Mahomes is making 2, I heard.
He's making too. He's doing a good job.
Hey, I'm like Teshia. I'm trying to watch. Either we like get back to football, or I'm just gonna watch this volleyball game I'm watching.
I don't know anything about football.
Football or volleyball?
Ooh, I'm
I don't know
trying.
anything
I'm
about
trying so
football.
hard not to take cheap shots. Jeez. Trying to be respectful.
so
over
we
here.
got Alabama and
Sorry.
Texas.
Okay.
No,
So
you're good.
what's everybody's thoughts on Bama and Texas? Does Texas? I know we got to, can't be too much of a laughter, but does Texas really have a chance?
No.
Nope. Is
Nope.
that even a question? Hell no. I know we don't have a chance. That's one of the guaranteed losses for us this year.
I know Joel Klatt is going to be doing the game.
It's an 11 a.m. kickoff. That means I can watch it before I have to go back to work.
Colorado.
I mean, that's a bonus at least. But
But Joe Klatt?
I don't mind an 11 o'clock game.
Not for that one. I'll watch that one.
I don't mind 11 o'clock games either.
I mean, I don't want OU to have them, but it is what it is.
I don't mind them.
They're all right though.
I just think it's funny how Texas fans are like, we want Bama after one game, and I'm like, okay, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Get them. You have fun though. You have fun with that.
Yeah,
Nobody
they're going to
wants
get
Bama.
slaughtered.
Okay, unless you're Georgia, you don't want Bama. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Is Alabama the number 1 team in the country right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When aren't they?
I don't like rankings this early. I don't know. I mean, I liked what I saw, but I also liked what I saw from Georgia. I liked what I saw from Ohio State. Ohio State had a tougher matchup than either of them did. So,
Yes.
it's the same teams over and over again. I mean, that's your top 3 in my opinion. However you choose to put them it is what it is. At this point, it doesn't matter.
Georgia. I think they're going to win it again. No, Teshia?
I don't know. It's hard to say because
Good for Alabama. It
you
always
just
is.
know
So
that Saban is gonna
just say both, and then you're good.
Yeah, I mean, like you just
I
you
say
really
Georgia,
think I just
Alabama.
don't see Saban letting that happen again. I just don't see Saban being like, oh yeah, let Georgia go win it. He's gonna be like, no, I'm out for blood. I don't care what it takes. We're gonna dominate it again, and somehow it'll end up. I don't want to do this because it's so early, but I could see it being Bama and Ohio State in the national championship. That wouldn't surprise me.
Me either.
But we'll see. I liked what I saw from Georgia. I thought Georgia looked way better offensively than they did last year early in the season. And they have their weapons too. So that helps. They didn't have their weapons last year. But both are going to be, all three are going to be pretty tough to beat.
Who's that guy that went number 1 overall to Jacksonville? What was his name?
Trevor, are you talking about this past draft?
Yeah, this past draft. Yeah, the guy that went number 1 to Jacksonville.
Let me see.
He's not even their best player, right? He wasn't even their best defensive player.
Trayvon Walker.
No.
Why did he go number 1?
Yeah, I was like, it's Walker, right? Yeah.
Did he go number 1 just because he's fast?
Because of his combine.
Oh, it's a bad choice.
No, it was a lot of things in the combine.
Bad choice.
Look, he's good. I'm not saying. I just thought that there were better, more complete in the draft. But look, Jacksonville is Jacksonville, and they're gonna do dumb shit regardless. So
I have them winning the South this year in a hot take. So let's hope he works out.
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like Trevor Lawrence. I think
nobody likes Clemson Barbie, unless you're a Clemson fan.
He is Barbie-ish. He should play Ken in the new movie, the new Barbie.
What are you talking about?
They have a new Barbie movie. You know about this?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
Trevor Lawrence should be Ken in the new Barbie movie.
I don't know they were making a Barbie movie.
I heard they were.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling and
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Margot Robbie are the Ken and Barbie.
I like it.
I know.
They're two beautiful people.
It should be interesting.
I hope Barbie has a very cool pink car and Ken drives it drunk into a wall.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Hey,
on that note,
got a problem.
Clyde, your Monday night football predictions. What you looking for this week against Seattle and Geno Smith?
A quiet Quest Field or whatever they call it now.
There's so many names, dude. At this point, I can't even keep
Does
up.
Quest exist anymore? I think the 12 men, they're gonna. Do you think they'll boo? I think they boo.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. What's everybody's thoughts?
I think they're gonna boo Russ.
You really think so, Teshia? Do you think Russ gets booed week 1 in Seattle Monday night?
No, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? But they should be cheering that man.
I think Russ is gonna care.
I think I'm gonna care. I'm gonna go.
I don't think he will.
On Seattle.
Who cares?
They shouldn't if they're smart.
That's fuel to the fire. Play harder.
If Seattle
I think it would only help.
If Seattle boos, and I'll come out and say right here, Seattle boos, I want the entire city of Seattle to be on my Twitter because you're gonna get roasted. You and your defund the police bullcrap.
Oh, they're Chaz.
The Chaz, yeah.
Chaz.
You're at that point.
Hey, I gotta dip. I have company, so I gotta go. But you guys, it's been really fun. Thank you.
You're good.
You didn't seem like you had very much fun.
I mean,
she's good.
I am at here for football, so that kind of like in general, that's kind of my shit. So anything other than that, I don't really.
Football is life. So
yeah,
you really here for life.
It really is.
Jesus, you sound like I don't even know. Teshia, it's been fun, girl. Go Chiefs.
Thank you.
Go
Thank you.
Chiefs.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
No, but for real though, I think if Seattle boos, they should get blasted on Twitter. I don't know though. Russ did a lot for that organization.
That's
what I'm saying. I don't think that.
I would be shocked if he gets booed.
Did you see what Colin Cowherd said?
Oh Lord, no.
Well,
said-
I don't like that guy. Period. So I
Every-
don't care.
Well, he did say something. So he said,
He did say something.
Really? He said
He-
something.
well,
Oh
he said-
God.
what would Russ be without that defense? And Colin Cowherd said, what would any of that team be without Russ? Russ made that team. What's Pete Carroll without Russ? Fired.
Agreed.
Oh, I'm 100% on that one.
He's going to get fired this year.
No, I still think absolutely. I still think he's out the door.
Well, he's 70 what? 70 something?
Oh, Lord.
73?
Well, some way or another,
Definitely
some way or another,
mid-70s.
everybody
Yeah, he's
thinks he'll
70.
just like move into a different role that they wouldn't actually fire him. But he's
What
gone.
role would they give him?
Well, he's like, isn't he like their vice president or something of operations?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that he can't fire himself.
No,
That's the
ownership.
problem.
And that's what happened with Russ. And that's why.
Yeah, he's the
became one of
executive vice president for the Seattle Seahawks.
it's bad choice. I don't think you should let your coaches be that anymore.
I said that last podcast when we talked about it. I agree with you. That's a conflict of interest, and I don't think that's a good job on management's part at all.
No, because
which explains a lot.
Mm-hmm. The
Frank.
players make the team. The coaches are. I don't know. I don't want to say a dime a dozen, but you can find a coach before you can find a Hall of Fame quarterback. And they're fixing to find out the hard way what it's like to have Drew Lock as your backup, or as your potential number one. You know.
Well, I mean, if Geno struggles, I mean, you got to go Lock to see what he can do. We all know what he can and can't do.
Do we?
Now, well, that's the thing. He was hurt more than he was on the field. So I mean, I don't know.
I trust Geno Smith a heck of a lot more than I trust Drew Lock,
and that's why he's starting.
Because and not to take anything away from Locke, I think he's got a good skill set. To be fair, I just think, first of all, Geno's been around the league. He knows the league. He knows how to. He's a veteran, so he's got that extra level of composure, and he played pretty well for Seattle. I mean, as well as you could probably expect, given everything that was going on. I think that should be the guy. And then if disaster happens, or if it doesn't pan out, then bring Locke in. I just think Locke is too free with the football, and he's like, "Here's a gift for you. Here's a football for you." Like it's like Oprah with footballs.
Oh, he's
I'm
Oprah with football. I love it.
I'm with Jamie on that one, and I think what
You get a
sealed.
ball.
I think why it sealed for Geno was his performance. I think what was the last spring game, preseason game against Dallas was horrific.
Who's? Drew's?
Oh my God.
He did throw a dime. He did have. See, he does. He's like my golf game. I have those one or two drives that you're like, oh my God, how am I not in the PGA? and then I put the putter in my hand, and it's like, oh my God, why don't I just throw these clubs in the trash?
Is that how it is?
It's bad.
So if I go up to Denver here soon and we go golf, what version am I going to get?
What's that?
What version am I going to get of Clyde?
I need the Drew Lock version. I have a few really, really awesome shots, and you're like, holy cow, that guy can hit the ball like no other. And then a bunch of terrible chips and putts.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm awful. God awful. And that's Drew Lock in a nutshell, right? He'll make those 2 or 3 plays that you're like, dude, this guy he's a prodigy. He's phenomenal. And then he does things like hand the ball off to the Bengals on the 5-yard line. Like, what are you doing? Yeah.
I don't disagree with any of that.
Yeah, I got nothing on that one. I'm just at this point listening.
I hit a ball off the fringe about 37 yards this weekend.
I don't even know what that means. Is that bad?
I know that's
I don't
Like,
know golf.
like,
I don't golf.
right
so.
off. So like the fringe is like right off the green. So there's like a green, and then there's like a kind of a green, and then there's the fringe, which is the tall grass. It's like right off the green. It's not far away.
I thought that was called the rough.
Yeah,
Not-
well, I
not
mean,
the
the fringy rough, the fringe of the green.
Okay.
Right, just around the green. I hit it probably 37 yards, and I was trying to hit it like 4.
Was it 37 yards straight, 37 yards to the left or to the right?
No, it was, dude, ugly, man. It was ugly.
Where do you golf up in Denver? And before we preview Packers Vikings,
what's that?
Where do you golf up in Denver?
What do I golf?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Where do you go golfing at?
Oh, I go just
anywhere
down the road. I have a little spot that I hack up fur balls on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've been kicked off of every other course for swearing.
Oh Lord.
Loudly.
That would probably be me.
Is that what was that movie with Adam Sandler, the golfer, Billy Matt? No, that's not
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yep.
Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Happy Gilmore on the dude. Honestly, I want to retire. I don't want to play anymore. But people are like, "Come on, dude. You're so funny. You're so fun to play with." I'm like, no, I don't like it. I hate it. And they're like, dude, you're like
you have
Gilmore. They think it's funny, dude. They think it's funny. And I literally I don't like I'll yell at the cart girl, like the girl that brings like the drinks.
Why would you?
I'm so mad.
Why would you do that?
She drives up and I'm like, hit a 37-yard fringe chip. What are you doing? Just kidding. No, I don't do that. I'm not. But
I'm gonna have to go up there now to play golf just to see if this actually happens or not.
Yeah, come play golf with me.
No, for real, I will.
Okay. I look forward to it. I want to go golf. I'll go down to Oklahoma and golf with you.
Dude, I got one literally right down the street from me.
Nice.
Renovated it too. It's real nice. Jamie previewing I can't think now because I'm picturing you yelling at people at the golf course. Jamie, your thoughts on the Vikings Packers Week 1 matchup?
Go Pack Go. Obviously.
So I'm reading a lot. Is Vikings
I actually think it's going to be a good game. I actually think this is going to be a pretty close football game. You know, it's hard first game of the season, you know, going into an opponent's venue. It's the Vikings. The Vikings have been slowly getting, I mean, their offense is pretty good. You know, defensively, I still have a lot of questions defensively, to be fair. I think what I would like to see as a Packer fan, just because of the wide receivers that we have going into this game and not having a whole lot under our belt, I'd like to see a lot of run game. I'd like to see a lot of AJ Dillon. I'd like to see a lot of Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is such a good pass catcher out of the backfield. I really feel like if you utilize him and get him, you know, in a good matchup with a linebacker, he's going to be, I mean, even a safety, he's going to beat him. I think that if you can, and I trust Matt LaFleur to obviously know these things going into this game, and be able to, you know, utilize the players and talent we have accordingly, and to scheme people open. That's what he does. He schemes people open. So it wouldn't surprise me. And our defense, I mean, I really think that the defense of the Packers is going to be a strong suit. There are some incredible players on that Packer defense. And
did they re-sign Zadarius?
No, he plays for the Vikings now.
Ooh.
Yeah. They signed a couple guys that played that played for the Packers last year. So it'll be good. It'll be a good game. I obviously I still think the Packers win. I would say, I don't know, 24-17, maybe somewhere in that realm, if I'm gonna pick a score. But I don't think we can take anything for granted.
No.
And if the Packers, if things don't roll well, then they'll get beat for sure. I mean, it's definitely a game they could lose.
It's going to be the best game of the week one, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. Although I kind of like that Bills-Rams game.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, I kind of like that game. Obviously not a divisional game, but still, that could be a preview. You never you never know.
Well, no, you don't. No.
So yeah,
Also,
I like the Packers game, and I like that game. I think those will be solid games.
I like the Browns-Panthers just because of Baker.
Good storylines.
It is
good storylines for that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're into wrestling, that'd be a good game.
What?
I mean, wrestling's all about the storyline, right?
No, it is. No.
The action in the ring makes. Who cares?
I don't watch professional wrestling, so I don't know.
That's because. Do you like soap operas?
Oh God.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
And you don't watch wrestling? It's soap opera.
God.
It's man soap opera.
I have enough man drama in my life at times. I don't need additional man drama in my joy, I guess.
Do you want to talk about it, Jamie?
Oh,
no,
God.
I do not want to talk about it. Absolutely not.
I'm a really good listener, is all I'm saying.
I know you are, buddy. I appreciate that, but no, I'm good.
Jamie's going to go for this thing and just be like, so where do we go from here?
Yeah.
You want, dude?
No, I don't know. I'm good.
Don't let me take the wheel.
No,
I got it.
Because even Jesus is like, you're gonna crash this thing.
He just waiting for Clyde to do it.
What's that?
He's just waiting for you to do it.
Oh, I know. No, I'm actually an excellent driver.
Well, I would assume since you're a truck driver, you
I would
can't be a
hope so,
bad.
yeah.
I mean, I would hope so, at least.
Can you imagine if I was a bad truck
No,
driver?
especially in Colorado, dude.
No, because I've seen them and they're scary.
Yeah, no, I'm an excellent driver.
Unless you
want me to drive your podcast, and then we'll talk about football as male drag.
Yeah, we're not going back to that.
It is. You know that, right, Jamie?
Oh my God.
I'm
so
not going.
What's everyone's thought?
That's the question, Michael. That's the question.
What's everyone's thoughts on Tom Brady going to Dallas this week for week 1?
Wait, who's going to Dallas?
Tom Brady in Tampa goes to Dallas. Anybody?
Oh, I hope he ruins them. I hate Dallas. I'm not really a Tom Brady fan either, but I hate Dallas. Go ruin them. Ruin them.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You're like sideways.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there you go.
I was just going. Got my fantasy draft.
Yeah, I know we're.
I wanted to see what my what pick I have.
What pick are you at?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't even know. It's supposed to be up right now. Last year I had like pick number 11, and
how many teams are in there?
What's that?
How many teams are in your league?
12.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's a big lead.
That's insane.
I was the 11th pick last year, and I got Jonathan Taylor, and then on the turn I got Diggs, and then in the third, who did I get in the third? Another running back. David Montgomery, and then in the fourth, Cooper Kupp.
Wow.
So needless to say,
Not bad
cleaned
for a
up.
second
I
and a half.
almost won my league. Like I lost my league last year by like a touchdown.
Because of who? I think the same guy that beat me.
I don't remember. I know I was just like close, but I lost.
Somebody went off, and that's why I lost. I don't remember who. I know the year before it was Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I don't remember who won. Who was the star last year? I don't remember.
It seemed
But-
like I played them every week. Like, that's ridiculous. Oh well, it's just fantasy, right? It's all
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah,
For
totally.
real.
I'm gonna win my baseball league though for sure.
Nice.
I got Aaron Judge, who just hit number 55 today.
That dude's a stud.
Dude,
That he is
55.
a stud.
Yeah, he'll get his money.
There's like
somewhere.
and then did you see that? So he said like, I'm not gonna take your $200 million offer from the Yankees. I'm betting on myself. And he's gonna hit 65 home runs this year, win the MVP, and probably sign $400 million.
Oh, I still think he stays with the Yankees. It just depends on how much. It just depends on now. It's how much he's going to get because he still wants to. He wants to play in New York. So I mean,
yeah.
But
he hits a lot of bombs to that right field. He hits a lot of opposite field home runs, and they got that short porch and right. He just bops them out there all day long.
So first pick of the round, not to put you on the hot spot already, or give your hints out to your potential opponents. But if there's give us 5 people, so you won't be like exactly on the spot. What players do you hope that is at your spot and that you're willing to take? Obviously, don't say one. If anybody is listening, which I doubt.
Who is the number one? Who's the number one consensus? Honestly, I haven't even.
I think Jonathan Taylor's your biggest number one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is he the consensus number one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I might take Christian McCaffrey just because of the Colorado. Just because of the Colorado roots.
And see, a lot of people let him drop down because of that injury.
He's such an injury risk.
Yeah,
I would stay away from him. I mean, his upside, obviously, I get it. Like, I get it, but I don't know.
He's either gonna make or break your whole season.
I would pick Jamar Chase over any of those guys.
Number one?
Absolutely, he's worth it. 100%.
You would take him number one overall.
I would. Absolutely.
Wow. It is a PPR league, so.
Oh, well, then I'd definitely take him number one.
Oh, absolutely.
Or Cooper Kupp. I think I would rather have Cooper Kupp again in the first round over Jamar Chase, but
I mean, I understand that too. I understand that too.
That offense goes through Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Well, the offense goes through. Well, I mean, it does. It goes through Jamar Chase, but they do have Higgins and Boyd as well. So.
And Higgins.
Yeah, I said Higgins.
Oh,
maybe you might not have heard me. No, you might not have heard me.
I'm sorry.
I had Higgins the first as a rookie. He did a good job as a rookie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot.
But I mean, you want a good number two to make your number one better.
Yeah,
they have 3 and a tight end, good, and their quarterback is good.
Yeah, I had Mixon, their running back. I had their running back, and then I had their tight end too until he got hurt, which sucked.
Do you like to stack players like teammates? So like if
I do and I don't. I do and I don't because
do you get a Stafford to mix with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's beneficial to do it that way because I had Mahomes and Hill for a while. And then which I mean that's why I almost won my fantasy league versus until Alvin Kamara came along. But anyway, I digress. But I like to take, you know what my philosophy is, and this is probably because I watch so much college football. I take a lot of rookies. And I take a lot of rookies that people don't want to take risks on because they're rookies and they just don't know. But I've been really good picking my rookies, so I've had a lot of success. Like I had Justin Jefferson. As a rookie.
Nice. Yeah, he's a baller. Who's a rookie I should be looking at this year in the draft?
I would say Olave from the Saints.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wide receiver from
Olave.
Ohio.
I tried to get. I was really sad. I tried to get Olave, and I got him in one league, and I didn't get him in another. I did get him in another league.
Yeah, if he's available deep in your draft, I wouldn't go early, but down mid to end rounds, that would be one I would definitely, if you can get your hands on, I would.
Yeah,
I like that.
I have him in one of mine. I would take Olave 100%.
What running back should I get?
Running backs are a little tough. I don't
really?
necessarily. I like wide receiver rookies. Running backs are a little tougher unless you know they're gonna be that dude, like a Chubb. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of rookie running backs. I mean, Najee Harris was good coming out of the gate last season. I didn't have him, but he was decent.
Who's that kid for the Texans?
Well, yeah, but he plays for the Texans. Yes, yeah. But he plays. Yes, but he plays for Texas.
Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound familiar?
Yep, that sounds familiar. That might be him.
Is that a guy I should look at drafting?
I would say late. I think that there's enough buzz around him. Late, yeah.
I think who else are they going to give the ball to there?
That's and that's the other thing. Like with running backs, if you have a tandem, it's a little tough. Although I had Hunt as my flex, and he was phenomenal for me. So I think if you use him in a flex position, like I put Aaron Jones in my flex position a lot because he is kind of a flex player. The same with Fournette. Fournette is kind of a flex player as well. Mixon is more of a pure running back.
Yeah, he might be he's a first round pick, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was my running back last year. I didn't get him this year, which made me sad, but
so if I have the 9, 10, 11, 12 pick and Mixon is there, do I snag him?
I probably would. Yeah. Or if there's a solid, especially in a PPR league, especially like a really solid wide receiver.
Like a Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Somebody that's going to get a lot of targets.
Would I be better to take Justin Jefferson this year in a PPR or Mixon?
Oh, that's tough. I'd probably say Justin Jefferson.
Interesting.
On that.
See, these are the questions that we could ask Teshia.
Yeah, but no, you had to spend time talking about they, them, her, she, it, me.
Sorry.
Hey, Clyde. Clyde.
It's relevant.
Yeah, I hope she's all right. I don't know.
She's okay.
Oh, she's okay. She said she had company or something. She had somebody coming over.
Yeah, she's got other things on her mind. You could tell she was preoccupied with something.
Yeah.
Agreed. Top 10 rookie.
Sorry, 10. I made it. Sorry, I didn't. I went off track, and she was like,
"Oh, it's totally fine. I'm just giving you crap."
Bye.
She said, "Bye."
I mean, it's not fine,
her braids look nice. I like those braids.
It is what it is. We'll say that.
What's up?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly. That's what I say.
It's like my favorite thing.
Tomorrow's another day.
Exactly. Unless we don't wake up.
Unless you block me on Twitter, and then it's like, oh, whoop.
I rarely block people unless you're being a total
b-hole.
Yes, then I will block you. Or if you're being really personal, then I will block you. But if it's just banter, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. We're just having fun.
I may not respond to you. I may just be like, yeah, okay. And then move along with my life.
All right, dork.
See ya. This will help you out, Clyde. I know you're about to get your fantasy draft here going. Top 10 rookie running backs for this year, according to fantasypros.com. They have it as Breece Hall with the Jets. Kenneth Walker, Seattle. James Cook, Buffalo. Isaiah Spiller, Chargers. Damian Pierce, Houston.
That's my guy.
Tyler Algier, Atlanta.
Another good one.
And then,
Algier could be a good one.
Brian Robertson with the Commanders. Amir White, Vegas. Tyrone Davis, Price with the 49ers.
Hey, what was the Commanders guy? What was his name?
Robinson.
I heard they're giving him the rock a lot in training camp.
Over Gibson?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Gibson has butterfingers, so they can't trust him.
That is true. He does have that. That is true.
He's got
I would say,
fumbleitis.
I mean, I love Kenneth Walker.
Mm.
I just don't have any idea what Seattle looks like. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, you know they're going to try to run the ball.
The Jets are the Jets, but I do really like him. Gosh.
Brees Hall was a stud at Iowa State.
Yeah, I mean, he's a stud for sure. I just don't know. About that. I don't necessarily like the Texans situation either. I don't know. It's hard. Like I said, rookie running backs are hard. I wouldn't go with Zamir White, even though I love him, because obviously Josh Jacobs is still there, even though we don't know what that's going to look like. But yeah, I would say I don't know. I would go more for a rookie. If you're going to do a rookie, I would do a rookie wide receiver.
Good call.
Unless it was like a first round guy like Harris was last year.
Oh, are there any of those? Maybe Brees Hall.
I don't think he was first round. I don't think any running backs went in the first round, right?
No.
Well, hello, sir.
I don't
Hello.
think
How's it going?
so. What's up, buddy?
This is my baby.
I see that.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
I'm going to
same.
sign off and log into my draft. I appreciate the help. And
good luck.
as always, the conversation.
Us
Take
too.
care, Clyde.
I'm
Us
glad
too.
you're feeling better, Mike.
Well, dude, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man. Thanks
Bye,
for having me.
guys.
Later.
Night.
You've been listening to the Air Raid Attack podcast. Listen to us on all major podcast platforms. Follow us on Twitter at airraid_podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Simply search Air Raid Attack podcast. And, of course, hit the button. But nonetheless, great show. Don't forget that college football week number 2 this week in week 1 of the NFL. Have a wonderful, fun-filled weekend of football, and we will see you all next week.